This is the man from Modesto. I want to compare some prophecies about the current Pope that have been given by recent prophets, in particular a Romanian prophet named Dumitru Duduman, and also an Indian prophet, most recently from New Zealand, named Peter Kumar. But first I want to read to you these prophecies. I'll just read you. This person sent me an email. He's Catholic. He says, "By the way, here's a prophecy about a great Catholic monarch. In the end times, a great monarch is to emerge before the appearance of the Antichrist. This monarch will restore all things to Christ and the Catholic Church." Those are not the same, by the way, people. "Including Islam." Christ is going to be restored to Islam? Christ was never in Islam. They have a fake Jesus who is not the Son of God. This is not Christ. "His reign is foretold by every great Catholic prophet, and it is said of him." Now it's interesting here that this sender says that it's a prophet, because I challenged him on this, saying that Catholic doctrine dictates that because of the comments in Revelation chapter 22, there is no longer prophecy within the Catholic Church. However, here he is supporting this, and he said, well, they were revelations. Okay, so here are some revelations from prophets who didn't prophesy. Okay, number one, "He shall reform the Church of God," from St. Francis of Paola, 15th century. 2, "He shall restore the apostolic discipline," St. John of Capistrano, also 15th century. "He will crush the foes of Christianity." Remember, these are not the foes of Christianity. These are the foes of the Catholic Church who are going to be crushed. This is what this prophecy is. People, these revelations are coming to people who have, by their words and by their chosen life, moved into an apostate system which isn't of Christ. Now, it's possible for someone within the Catholic Church to be seeking God earnestly and really find it. However, I can tell you that when I was Catholic, I was not encouraged to read the Bible at all. And it was only because I began to skip Mass and read the Bible instead that I started to see there were major contradictions between what I was taught and what Jesus taught. And I chose to trust Jesus. And so must everyone who sees this video and who begins to seek. They must also make a decision. Is my allegiance to Christ or to the people who teach me and take my tithe? To whom is my allegiance? To who does your heart belong? We must all answer this question. So I chose Christ, and I hope you will too. "He will crush the enemies of the Pope." Okay, the Pope isn't appointed by God. God said, "Let there be no one between you and me. Let there be a direct relationship." And he's saying he will crush the enemies of the Pope. The Pope says he's the only one who gets to speak for God. Well, they modify that, so now bishops can sometimes also speak for God, right? But there's no such thing as a prophet. Only the Pope. "He will go through all Europe with a powerful army, uproot every republic, and exterminate all rebels." Christians, we know that the Pope's going to be given authority to do this, and he will have power, as Revelation says, to come against and make war against the saints. Yeah, the Pope is in service to Satan's army, to the kingdom of Satan. That is who he will serve when these revelations by Catholic prophets will be fulfilled. "He will go through all Europe with a powerful army, uproot every republic, and exterminate all rebels." Read twice. "He will set England aright and drive out heresy. He will appoint 3 lords to rule the kingdom of England." This is from Mother Shipton, 16th century. So watch out, England. You better be ready to flee or else hide. "What is the most important to our times is that it is foretold that the great monarch, also sometimes referred to as the eagle, will crush Islam and in the end will bring about Islam's conversion to the Catholic Church." No one doubts. Peter Kumar prophesied that the Pope would merge the Catholic Church and Islam. And we see that he's been going in secret to meet with leaders in Saudi Arabia. We see that he went to Turkey and bowed down to Mecca. Okay, so, which is an idol. And we're not supposed to bow the knee to an idol. And someone with the Holy Spirit would not do that. "The great monarch will conquer the Middle East. Cyprus, the Turks and the barbarians he will subdue. The eagle will also invade the Mohammedan countries. He shall destroy the Jewish and Mohammedan sects. He shall destroy the Mohammedan sect and the rest of the infidels." From St. Francis of Paola. "The empire of the Mohammedans will be broken up by Vin dot Holzhauser, 17th century. He shall subdue to his dominion the Mohammedan Empire. Geckner, 17th century. He shall reign over the house of Agar, and shall possess Jerusalem. He shall wrestle the kingdom of the Christians from Ishmael, and conquer it from the Saracens. None of the Saracens shall be able to prevail. Yeah, even God said in Revelation that he's going to be given opportunity. So this is a test for the real Christians when we come under the sword. But I want to tell you, Catholics, that a time is coming. Now, some prophecies from Peter Kumar. The time is coming when the Catholic Church will see that their Pope is very much a bad man. He prophesied that the Pope would begin as a good Pope, and then he would become a bad Pope. And he said maybe, with capital M-A-Y-B-E, maybe someone would attempt to assassinate the Pope. So maybe that will happen. But if or not, they will not succeed. The Pope will live. Okay, so then this Pope will become a bad Pope, and he will begin to put people under pressure. It will be so bad that the Catholic Church will split. Half will stay apostate under the Pope. The other half will become Holy Spirit filled, and they will be separate. However, then this Pope will be given power, and he will persecute and kill some Christians. Now listen, you need to go to the prophecies of Dumitru Duduman to understand which ones will be killed. I'm going to put some links on the more info section over here. You can go look at those links, and I'm going to have links to a couple prophecies from Dumitru Duduman, which you can also find on the website handofhelp.com. But use the links, because there are a lot of prophecies from Dumitru Duduman and his grandson Michael Boldia, and you're going to find that it's easier just to go to the links rather than to click on each one of those and read through them. It's going to be faster for you. So this is the man from Modesto. I want you to know, the Muslims also have prophecies about the Mahdi. And those prophecies exactly match our prophecies of the Antichrist. So just because someone has a series of prophecies and they're coming true, it doesn't mean that they're with Christ. Not at all. Not at all. The demons know what's going to happen. They read the Bible. They're able to figure it out. And they were angels once too. There's probably people talking up in heaven. Wow, what do you think the Lord's going to do? What do you think God is going to do? I mean, I imagine that they have some opportunity to talk amongst themselves. So it's not like after the rebellion they just forgot everything they knew. They probably know what the plans are. So they're able to speak. The demons are actually able to delude and deceive. We see there was a lying spirit that tricked King Ahab, right? He had permission from God to do it. And in this end time, we must persevere with our testimony for Jesus Christ and relationship with Jesus, and we must persevere in our refusal to take the mark. That is repeated in the book of Revelation many times. So this is the man from Modesto. And remember, we must study to show ourselves approved, and we need to be fasting and praying in this hour to understand God's will. And as always, I'm encouraging you, pray or be defeated. God bless you all.